And so we have another local event that Lynn found. She actually just stumbled upon it again. It was kind of one of those crazy announcements. I think she found it via one of the YouTube channels that she's following. But it is the 626 night market that actually happened in Pleasanton, of all places. The Alameda County Fairgrounds was the venue for this event, and we decided to head on out. There was four of us that went, Lynn, myself, and a couple of friends. And we went because it was supposed to be this experience of the food from the 626 area, which I believe is a area code for LA. And the whole event was sponsored by, well, there was various sponsors, but the main sponsor was Crazy Rich Asians, which is a movie that's coming out. Interesting to us at first because we really wanted to go try this food that was from that LA area. We're real big on night markets from like Hong Kong and Taiwan, Thailand, just a various amounts, or even like the Japanese festivals that happen have decent food. After going, it was definitely far from what we were expecting. The $5 entry fee wasn't all that much, and we were able, because we used to live in Pleasanton, to just park and walk because we knew where to park and not have to pay the $10 parking fee that you would have to normally do to go to the fairgrounds. That being said, we were able to kind of easily get in, and I was surprised at where they held the actual event. It was kind of in the field area of the fairgrounds. Now, there were a few other events happening that day. I believe there was like some sort of Comic-Con type event, and then it looked like there was some sort of youth event that was happening, and those are definitely like worth having in nicer areas that I guess have cement for the most part, because we were put in the dust area, and food and dust don't really go together, so our kind of first notions of what we saw were kind of dampened because of that. The lines, my god, they were crazy, and we were finding out, and if you look on social media, the 626 night market event did not get that great of reviews, particularly because it was line con when people were coming in from all sorts of different areas, driving in from an hour or two away just to come to this event. We couldn't really imagine doing that, particularly with the cost. And to follow that up, aside from the minimum of $15, I guess, if you're driving and you're by yourself, to get into the place, the food was extremely expensive. We're talking about skewers of meat going for like $10 for two, so $5 a piece, I think. I don't really remember all too well, but I just remember looking at the prices and just going, gosh, this is not that cheap. The worst part about it was that the more we were looking into it, most of the stuff we could have actually just gone to the restaurants or found the local area that they were from. It wasn't from LA. And, you know, thinking about it now, you're like, hindsight and all, it's, oh, that makes sense. Why would they come all the way up to the Bay Area to just serve food? And it kind of just took away from the whole atmosphere of the place. Things we would have changed were like, we would have put it in the cement area of the fairgrounds, which there's plenty of, and we walked by a bunch of areas that could have just had the stalls in front. There was no seating, either by design or that's the way they tried to do it. You're just gonna sit on the ground and eat on the ground, I guess. That being said, we did enjoy the food. That's the good part about it. So we did get some barbecued meats, like meat on a stick, and we got some Filipino rice bowls with nice crunchy meat. It was fried pork belly, I believe, with vegetables, which is kind of interesting, on batter rice. We got some tacos. Those are probably the thing that was probably to get at this fair, because these tacos you can't get around from here because they're only a pop-up restaurant, and only recently did they open up a brick and mortar store. So these tacos were like pho tacos, so like Vietnamese pho, but you could get them in taco form, and they were really interesting because it was like eating pho except in taco form, which was just crazy. So it tasted really good. Other than that, we had a few boba drinks, a few desserts. We looked at all the rest of the lines, and there just wasn't really anything worth lining up for, because like the faux tacos took over an hour to get. They literally told you to just go away and come back. That being said, overall, it was a good time and it was fun to go, particularly because we could just go visit family and stuff at that time as well, because we're from Pleasanton. It definitely was not worth it for people to drive into. That was surprising to me to hear. If it happens again, unless it gets good reviews on the next type of night market type deal, I don't think that we'd really be pushing to go for this type of event. Or maybe if it was at a different venue, like a actual kind of indoor outdoor type place where they could cook all their like barbecue and whatnot, because I know you have to have open air for that, or a hood system. Also have it not be crazy long lines and just tons of dust and dirt everywhere. It was an interesting night and we enjoyed ourselves. It was good. You know, we were able to get some good food and talk and drink. So in the end, I think it was just decent. It's not something that I'd probably go do again, like I said before, but yeah, I mean, what can you do, right? Taste of LA in in the Bay Area, but not really LA. So anyhow, all right, until the next vid, peace.